Hey Scorpio, welcome to your weekly forecast for January 11th through the 17th. I'm so sorry, my darlings. I came back, I said I was back, and then I disappeared for a few weeks. I was super duper sick, but I'm better now, and I am here, Scorpio, to focus on you, my lovely, lovely Scorpios, and see what is going on in the week ahead for the collective energy of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Now, Scorpio, as I was, getting ready to turn the camera on to do your reading, I had a song pop up in my head by a band called Cake, and the song is called Arco Arena. Okay, there's like an instrumental song, and to me that song has just always given me the vibe of like it's go time, like you're gonna handle business, you're gonna handle it, right? And I just feel there's this energy, Scorpio. Oh gosh, I just like a line has been drawn, and like you're not giving the situation or the people in the situation the satisfaction of like reacting to it. Like you're not giving them the satisfaction of getting angry or upset. There's just more this idea of, or energy of like, I see how it is, and you're just kind of beginning to do what you need to do. But we're gonna take a look here at the cards and see what messages come up. But ultimately, in the end, I feel whatever this is that they're doing, it's like a way of trying to hold on to you or a way of trying to control you. Could be a work situation. It doesn't have to be love or family. But it's going to end up backfiring. Like they're going to end up losing you altogether. That's what it feels like to me. I feel like you guys are getting ready to leave like a controlling or manipulative dynamic. But we'll see what the cards have to say. That could have just been an extra little message here. We'll see what the... Ooh. All right, we talked about manipulative and controlling. Holy moly. Can you think of anything more manipulative and controlling? Some of you could have an issue with a Capricorn. Okay, there could be a Capricorn involved here. I don't like to get too focused on that simply because I have seen the major arcana come up for somebody's moon or rising or Venus, and if you don't know that, it can definitely throw you off. So I don't like to get too caught up on that. I like to focus more on the energy of the situation. So this would be a person who maybe is very, very controlling, manipulative, deceitful. It can also be someone who is very, very, very focused on earthly desires and physical situations. And this could include money, right? Like quality of life. Scorpio, I do feel some of you feel like you're in a situation where people are putting very unfair expectation on you financially, or very unfair expectation on you to satisfy them physically, okay? Whether that be between the sheets or in some other way, something that they need physically. I'm even getting like this element of like Cinderella. I just feel, Scorpio, that somebody has you in a situation where like there's like this Cinderella dynamic, whether you're male or female, right? And some Scorpios are like, oh heck no, right? Like Scorpio doesn't do that. Scorpio's not going to do that. Scorpios, depending on your placements, can be in certain situations or dynamics submissive. And it can be that if you're in a karmic situation where like normally that person or like people wouldn't get away with that kind of stuff with you, but with this person or in this dynamic, you've maybe had a hard time breaking away. It just feels to me like you guys are getting ready to break away from a situation where you have been really, really taken advantage of, right? I also feel with this card, Scorpio, that a lot of you are breaking out of a very long-lasting, like a soul contract that has followed you from lifetime to lifetime, that has affected you in your physical intimacy or in your love life. or like maybe you were attracting people that were lower vibration, or you were just kind of feeling like you had people coming into your life that wanted some stuff that you weren't comfortable with. Okay, so I feel like there's an element of breaking out of that as well. The next card here is the Three of Cups, and so this is celebration. This is like finding your tribe, finding like-minded people. This is good news, things to celebrate, things to be happy about. Scorpio, I do feel that excuse me, for a lot of you, the Three of Cups is going to be about good news, receiving good news where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, I'm so happy to hear this. And I feel like it's not happening by any means, by any accident. You're letting go of this old energy, and it's like almost instantaneously the next thing is coming in. And for many of you Scorpios, I feel this is by way of some new opportunity. Okay, a new opportunity that's going to allow you to work with some new people, meet some new people. Okay, because I feel like it does have to do with an interaction with others. Now, obviously, depending on where you are, this interaction might have to be through like, phone and Zoom and Skype and all that good stuff. However, I do feel like it is some chance for collaboration with people that you're going to be really excited to be communicating with. Okay, there's this whole element of like, breath of fresh air. Like, these people get me, we're on the same page, we see eye to eye, and so there's like this sense of working together and accomplishing things in a very positive group dynamic. Okay, but there's a massive karmic shift that's happening here that's opening the door for this. Some of you are just simply celebrating that you're finally clear of that old energy, or that you're finally breaking free from that bad stuff. I do feel, remember how I said that something was happening and some of you are like, okay, all right, I see how it is, but you're not giving them the satisfaction of like getting upset or arguing or fighting, and you're just doing what you need to do. I feel the Three of Cups is what you're doing. I feel some opportunity is opening up, and you're having this chance to kind of like on the down low work on some project or work on something that's going to open the door for you to just entirely say, all right, hasta la vista, have a nice life. Whether this be moving situation, whether this be landing a new job, whether this be getting out of some kind of a partnership. But I do feel like you guys are doing this kind of sort of quietly. The next card here, Scorpio, look at this. Four of Swords. This is separation, time away. Some of you might be manifesting some time away. Some door might be opening where you're having a chance to go somewhere to work on a job or work on a project, or someone is inviting you to stay with them. Now, typically, the Four of Swords for me is a card that comes up when somebody has like emotionally and mentally been through the ringer. Like emotionally, mentally, you've been through the ringer. You need to rest. You need some time alone. You need some time to just kind of be in that spiritual connection and heal. But I feel, Scorpio, that this healing is coming in an inspired place, in a positive environment. Okay? So I do feel like there's some kind of being able to physically get away from people. Whether that be that you're manifesting some kind of trip, or going to visit somebody, or whether that be that you are finally able to get a space organized and clear some space to where you're like, oh my gosh, I finally have my sanctuary, I finally have my safe haven. You are physically distancing yourself from this person who's just been like, gimme, or people. Maybe for some of you it's a dynamic of not just a person, but people, right? So there's like this sense of physically separating, being able to rest. I also feel, Scorpio, that some of you, like, you're just laying down and you're just like listening to music. For me, I'm hearing opera. It's not going to be opera for all of you, but the fact that I'm hearing opera, this is kind of maybe, you know, sometimes when I'm like in a really inspired place and I'm creating and I'm working on things that I'm going to be putting out there, I'll just like have like a certain colored light I like on. Like it could be blue, it could be red, it could be Christmas lights, it could just be in the dark. But, you know, have the lighting a certain kind of way and just kind of be listening to like my opera. And I feel like it's very spiritual. It's like a very spiritual experience. And I just, all these things come to the surface and I get really inspired. And it's like this phoenix rising from the ashes. And so that's not going to be opera for all of you, right? Like it could be a certain genre. It could be a certain artist. But I feel like, or it could be a playlist. For some of you, it could just be some kind of a playlist. But I just feel like you're laying there and it's like the music is bringing you back to life. I just feel a strong sense of music around the Four of Swords for you guys with this card, Scorpio, okay? And maybe some of you are feeling very inspired to write poetry or write music. But, you know, I feel that there's a spiritual connection with music that's coming to the surface for you guys this week. That's going to be a big part of the transition, of the ideas, of the release, of the healing. Okay? Some of you might even find yourself like singing along and like unblocking the throat chakra and opening up the heart chakra by just, you know, nobody else is around. You're just belting it out. You're singing along. That can be very healing for some of you as well. Your next card here, Scorpio, is, oh my gosh, I just got chills. I just got chills. Oh, I love it. I love it when this happens. I threw the card. Page of Cups. Page of Cups. What did I tell you? I love it when Spirit does that. You guys heard me. You guys have heard me, those of you that watch my videos. You've heard me talk about the Page of Cups, okay? I know the Page of Cups can be playfulness or silliness or like a new project or a younger water sign person. We know all that. But for me in my readings, and for some of you that can absolutely be a part of it, right? Like you might see that and say, oh, okay, this has this element for me. Absolutely go with it. But for me in my readings, when I see the Page of Cups, this is a card that comes up when the heart chakra is opening up. Your heart chakra is opening up because you're going to come into a time of receiving. You're going to come into a time of receiving, okay? You've been doing a lot of giving, and now is the time to collect all those little brownie points. Now is the time to collect all those little karma points. But we have to be ready to receive. People don't understand that it can be super overwhelming. So there has to be like this gradual heart chakra opening. It's like if you have house plants that you forgot to water for a really long time. When you try to go dump water and the rock, the soil is almost like rock, and the water can spill over the pot, and you know by the time the soil soaks it in, it's like drowning the plant. You could end up killing your plant because it's not ready for that water. You gotta kind of put it in gradually, right? So if we haven't received in a long time, we need to get used to receiving gradually, okay? So a part of the heart chakra opening up for some of you is going to come through listening to music and singing. Okay, I don't mean you got to go out there and book a show or book a contract, or I don't mean that you got to go be a singer in your life, but just singing for the sake of singing in your car, in your apartment, you know, in your room, you know, in the shower, wherever, while you're washing dishes, wherever you feel moved to do it. I feel there's this element of like opening up the heart through song for a lot of you. But in general, heart chakra opening action, Scorpio. Okay. Now the next card here, my, fancy meeting you here. The Magician. This is about what? Manifesting, creation. Okay, major arcana. So anytime the major arcana cards come up, we're at a really significant crossroads, directly connected to like what we came here to learn, what we came here to master, what we came here to succeed at, to experience. And so Scorpio, a lot of you are here living a life learning to manifest, learning to create. Look at how different that is from this karmic you're breaking away from, right? This is the energy that's been ruling and governing you for a long time for many of you. And for some of you, let me just clarify here, for some of you this could be an addiction. It might not be a person, but it could be an inheritance and a contract of addiction that you're finally breaking out of, right? Like some of you maybe have been feeling very pulled towards lower vibrational things, and you're finally breaking out of that. Or addictions, you're finally getting a hold of it. You're finding the right help, especially with that Four of Swords. Four of Swords can indicate somebody going to rehab, right? So some of you might be taking an opportunity to get some help with some addiction and finding a nice, good, supportive, helpful rehab center, right? Whether your rehab is with addiction, whether your rehab is through karmic and spiritual healing, although that is a big part of addiction healing as well. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? You're going from this stuck, nowhere to go, no way out, to the energy of where it's like, not only are you out of this energy, but the possibilities are endless. They're limitless. You're going from stuck and nowhere to go to limitless, right? Creating this whole new existence, creating this whole new reality, right? And I do feel that for some of you, it's going to come by way of like, just like the last straw, like just not wanting to deal with it anymore, being fed up, right? Like, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore, right? It's being put on you one too many times, and you're like, I don't want to carry this burden anymore. And it's like this little like switches going off, and you're like, okay, it's time for the change. It's time for the change, and you're going from that to that. So really amazing. All right, Scorps, be sure to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those might resonate with you more than others. It might add a little extra something for you, because it might be a little bit more personal for you by looking at your specific energies, because these are general readings. You may like a private reading. If that's the case, you can go to calendly.com/amethystangelite. Link is in the description as well. You can schedule a private reading with me there. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Happy New Year, my darlings. Take care.